help. If I unmuted myself before I fucking started, holy shit,
Oh my god.
that was my fault. But anyhow, so
Wow.
shut it.
What? And we're off.
Wow.
And we're off to a brilliant start, I know. Fuck. It's been a long
Wow.
2 weeks. It's been a long 2 fucking weeks. Leave me alone. Right? So, welcome. We have... It's been 2 weeks. And
Oh, shit, I
the
just
party
accidentally closed.
has leveled up to level 3 and chose their subclasses. So, we begin the session with the party awaking in the Elsong Tavern. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and you rise from your slumber, head down to the lower level of the tavern where Alan is cleaning up, getting stuff ready for the day, and has got you meals ready for breakfast. And you are sitting around one of the private booths in the tavern, ready to discuss what your next plan of action is. So, what are you going to do? What is your plan?
What time is it? Like early morning?
About
Sleep
8-ish
in a bit.
in the morning.
Alonia's gonna go for a shot.
It's going to go for a shot. Okay.
He's gonna have a drink downstairs.
Okay.
I'm
El
gonna join 'em.
Nano. So yeah, you go up to the like bar. Alan gives you a nod, and you want a shot. He pours you a shot. It's a glass of looks to be straight whiskey. No, it's not straight whiskey, straight vodka. And literally hands it,
Brilliant.
puts it to you, and goes, to each their own, and gives you.
Slam it and then just chill
You slam it.
next to the bar.
You slam you down it instantly. Slight burn to the back of your throat. Being a dragonborn is not something that you would normally feel. Quite strong. And stuff. Cedric, did you say you went up as well?
Yeah, I did.
Yep. So you down it. This shit burns the back of your throat. This is like fucking. This would take grease off of a gear if it fucking could.
So
This
cheats
shit's.
it then.
It's
Burn,
yeah.
baby, burn.
It burns. So, what are you going to plan to do? What is your plan for today? So
Well,
you
we gotta
do
collect on our job.
well. Are you finished the job?
Well, technically, yes and no. We took care of their hideout, but we've also discovered where their funding and that's come from. We also know that basically the entire city is bugged.
Mhm.
So, I say we find a way to speak to the captain without alerting anybody.
What is your proposition?
My proposition is that I take a little walk in disguise and drop off a token. Use that to speak to him telepathically and get him to meet up here covertly.
And who's to say they're not listening to this conversation? Right?
Well, you're not entirely wrong. But I know they won't be able to listen to the telepathic message from my totem at the very least. And I can get it there completely disguised or hell, invisible if I have to.
I say we go straight for them. Go to the called
Where do you want to go?
I mean, here's the thing though, if we go straight for them, we have two targets. We know they're split up. One does his business out of the low Latin, and the others are at their manor, which I don't see us getting into very easily.
I mean, I could sneak in somewhere. That's always an option.
the benefit. The only problem with going straight for them as well is that they will know we're coming well in advance. But it seems like if the entire city is bugged, as you say, then we have no choice.
It's essentially, we know that there's these imps out there listening. We don't know entirely how many. Are they just following persons of interests, or are they in every building?
I'll say this. You'll go with your plan. Do yourself, you'll drop off the token. Because either way, it makes no difference. We'll be going straight for them anyway.
See, that I agree
so-
with. I just believe the captain needs to be brought up to date.
Of course, yes.
We also kind of know we can trust the captain because, as Mortlock said, their plan is to basically discredit him and get rid of his guard. So I can't see him being in on it.
Of course, I never. That. We'll do your plan.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Turn over to Bridget and.
I have no idea what any of that conversation was about, so I'm just gonna nod.
Bridget is like currently zoned the fuck out. She's too busy counting the money that's in
Yes.
she's got in these chests, like sitting going like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think Senric and Bridget are just sitting there going money right now.
Yeah.
So do you want to go? So I'm guessing from the way you just spoke and the way you're saying this, you want Knuckles or Craven. You're going to head and try and find the captain covertly. Hand him one of your tokens.
Eerie tokens.
Eerie tokens. And then telepathically speak to him to meet you at the Elfsong Tavern discreetly to have a discussion of what you have found out and what to do next. Correct?
I'll probably try and tell him bits and pieces of what we've found out through the messages as well. So
Okay.
not as much has to be said out loud.
Okay. So if that's what you,
but
if
basically,
that's
yes.
yeah, so that's what you would do. Okay, if that's what you want to do, how are you going? So you know the captain will be primarily at the blast gate. That's pretty much where he is set up to stop people coming in. So you know where he is straight away.
Yep.
Where? How are you going? You said you're going invisible or disguise yourself here.
Probably gonna go disguised.
Okay. So, what are you disguising yourself as?
Probably a homeless-looking peasant, like any one of the other thousands of refugees hiding around the blast gate.
Okay. Okay. It will take you a bit of time to get a disguise together. Or are you going to use a minor illusion? Your illusion stuff.
I'm gonna use disguise self.
Disguise stealth. Okay, so you can cast disguise self.
I have an hour.
So you cast disguise self. That's active.
I don't cast it right away.
Okay. I mean, like, if you cast it, you're good. Okay. So whenever you are ready to leave, whenever you want to leave, you can leave and do this. What is the rest of the party going to do once Craven leaves? Because it'll take.
I would like to find somewhere to put all this money
Okay.
so that we can actually, because we've got, I don't know how many chests we've got, but we actually
it's
can't carry them about
got,
with us forever. So
Chest of ingots and a chest of mixed gold and silver. I mean,
It's not bronze and silver.
bronze and silver, yeah.
Right.
Alright.
So if you're wanting to deal with that, Bridget, you will need to either find somewhere safe to keep it or go to I believe it's called the counting house to exchange what you've got into the relevant higher coin value.
Go with her for that.
Okay, would someone like to show those ingots to a blacksmith? If there's some kind of like incredibly like decent metal, we could use them to have something made.
I mean, I've got the ingots at the moment. I've picked them up, so I'll
They're gold ingots, no?
No, they were iron.
10 eye
ingots or
ingots.
something, weren't
Yeah, they were called 10 eye
Wow.
ingots. So it's up
I
to
would
you.
like to find a counting house then to
Okay,
put this
so
money somewhere safe
right,
or
so
get it
get converted.
transferred into whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you can in a sense you could all do this at the same time. So this could be two. This could be happening at the same time. So whilst Craven goes to find the captain, give him the token, and makes it back to the elf song, you could technically go to the counting house, convert the money, get back. If you want, you could technically go to a blacksmith.
We could probably sell them at the blacksmith as well, surely.
Yeah, you probably could.
Either sell them at the blacksmith or have something made with them.
Yeah. Depends. Does anyone want anything made out of these?
So
We'll see what kind of properties the metal has.
Yeah, that's kind of a deciding factor.
So, is this your plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so if nothing else, what we'll do is we will split the party. So,
Woo!
yeah, we're splitting the party. The worst
Probably a bad
decision
idea.
you're ever going to
Great
fucking make.
idea.
Right, so
There's imps everywhere, and we're splitting.
split the party. So, let me just get this right. So, Craven, you're going by yourself to the captain in disguise.
Mhm.
Captain, can we note that? And then everyone else is going to the counting house, then to a blacksmith.
Do you want me to split from you two, and you can go to the exchange, and I'll go to the blacksmith?
This is up to you. I just so
Oh
I
my
know where
God.
everyone's going.
I can handle myself.
Oh Jesus.
It's up to you. It's like I'm not going to.
If
This
something
is
happens, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll go on my own. I'll go on my own to the blacksmith.
okay. So El Nano's going to the blacksmith with the ingots.
Yeah, so we can all do this all at once.
Blacksmith with ingots. And that means that Bridget and Senric are going to the counting house, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We split. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay. So
before I leave. Alright, so before we leave, I'm going to pull Nonyo into the upstairs into the games room.
okay. So El Nano, are you going to go with him quite easily? Or are you going to do it? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I want to talk to you for a minute. Okay. Well, we were down there, Nonyo. There was some shit that went down. The kind of shit I don't think the others might understand. What happened to you? You were very spun out for a while there.
Sorry, the Robert's message.
Whatever you do, don't submit.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
Biggest misunderstanding to understand is happening at all. What you saw down there is my problem.
Look, Nanya, I understand it's your problem, but
Oh my God, what the fuck?
as someone also connected to things arcane,
Craven, I'll tell you this. What happened down there never happened. I'll tell you
this
this.
has never happened to you before.
It has not. Never. Memory loss is a big thing. But whatever happened down there, like you said, it's something that never happened. As I said, my business. Only mine.
That's fair. I just hope to be able to understand what might be going on in the so that it doesn't take us by surprise again.
And what say I can trust you, Mr.
Okay.
Can't leave no one alive. They make accusations all the time. You walk around like you want approval.
Okay, listen. I do everything I do to merely increase my chances of
Do it
survival.
for you.
Everything I do is to survive. That's all I've ever done. But I will
The
tell
last
you
time-
this. I will tell you this. My powers aren't entirely my own. I don't know what gave them to me. And it was a long time ago I last heard it speak. But down there, it spoke to me twice. So shit's coming. And I need to be alive for it.
This someone who wants to be alive so bad. You're very dead set on yourself. Terrible situation. And for someone that wants people to live so bad, I put the worst possible situation.
It seems
Kind of-
we've all been caught up in situations. Might not turn out the best for either of us.
Now, can we get this over with?
I guess we better.
We
'Cause
walk
I have a
downstairs.
feel.
I've already walked out.
You Bridget and Cedric, you see El Nino and Craven walk back downstairs. They look. You could make out bits and pieces, but the conversation was enough that you didn't make out.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk sort of back towards everyone. And I'm gonna say one last thing.
Mhm.
To El Nino. And that is, all I really have to say is, something tells me if we don't deal with this shitty situation coming our way, it's gonna get a lot worse for all of us.
And that's the last thing I want.
Mm. So
Okay.
let's do whatever we have to do, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, after having the conversation and finishing your meal, Craven, you, in a sense, get ready to leave, whilst Bridget, Senric, and El Nino get the
Actually-
chest. What's up? There you go.
I do one other thing.
Mhm.
So, right before I cast Disguise Self, I'm
Uh-huh.
sort of preparing myself to cast it.
Yep.
I take the long sword off my belt.
Okay.
Right, the one I bought,
Mm-hmm.
and I place it on the table in front of everyone.
Okay. You still see
I
you'll
say-
see Craven place his sword. That is a
Place
very
my st-
nice sword. Is this the one that you just sent me a picture of, correct?
No, that's my packed weapon one.
Okay. Just double checking. Okay, so you see him place
Right.
his sword on his tail.
So currently I have two, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I placed the one I bought.
Yep.
Alright. Down, so the one that they've all seen me use,
Yep.
on the table. And I say, can I trust you to take care of this? If I carry a weapon, it'll raise suspicion.
But you're gonna walk unarmed?
I'm never unarmed.
Yeah. I'm now picturing.
2 perfectly good arms.
I'm now picturing
then-
Craven fucking pulling out fucking pistol, fucking gun fingers.
I then show them my new skill
Okay.
Wonderful.
as I mystically draw my new blade out of thin air.
Ooh. Okay.
Just
So you,
imagine like a keyblade appearing out of nowhere.
yeah, in a sense, so what all you see is Craven kind of open up a sort of like dimension thing, reach his hand in, and you pull out. I'm guessing you pull out your sword.
I pull out my sword. I pull out the one I sent you a picture of,
Yep.
the black one.
So you all see Craven pull out this. It's a long sword, correct?
Yep.
It's black long sword. It's a compared to what you have seen. This thing is like jet black, black long sword. And the way it shines doesn't make it look as natural. Doesn't look natural. It looks more more magical than an actual proper sword. And you can see Craven move this about, fucking as if it's as light as it and freely being able to move it. No resistance, no nothing. As if it's like a very small like rapier. He's able to move this with like very ease, which surprises a lot of yous. And you can all see it in the D&D chat. The sword.
Hmm.
And then Craven.
That's a picture of a real blade, by the way.
Yeah.
I could buy that. That's on a storefront.
So after you seeing it, Craven, you kind of just open the thing back, port the dimension that it sits in, put the
Yep,
sword back in,
just
and
make-
leave it.
Yeah, I disappear it again.
Yeah, you make it disappear. So, is there anything else you wish to do before you make your way to your destinations?
I clap my hands slowly after this wonderful display, and then I'm like, "Okay, can we move these chests now, please?"
So,
Yeah, it is quite conspicuous in the
Yeah.
middle of a tavern.
Yeah. so if there's nothing else, we'll begin, right? So,
I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Craven, you cast Disguise Self and make your way out of the tavern and start to make your way towards the last location that you know that Captain would be at Blast Gate. Senric and Bridget, between yous managed to load the chests onto like a cart and begin to cart them to the counting office.
Where do we get the cart from?
It's just one that's outside. You can use
Oh.
it. It's like the one that the tavern uses, so you can happily put it on there to use it. And you
Okay.
kind of use that cart to get them back here anyway. So you had to get something because it would have took you all night between just going back and forth. El Nino,
Oh, okay.
these ingots you can carry in like a crate. It will require you to use 2 hands and stuff, but you can start making way to the blacksmith, the nearest blacksmith. So, the way this will work is we'll kind of work our way around. So, we will start with. Let's see, who can we start with? Let's start with Bridget and Senric. So,
Okay.
you have these chests on the cart and you begin to make your way to this counting house. So the counting house is located in the docks of the Steps. More specifically, it is located exactly this building. If it allows me to draw, this building. Let me draw. You piece of shit. Why can't I draw?
So
Oh.
the one that looks like an L.
It won't let me draw because shit's not working properly. Thanks, Foundry. This is one of the issues right now because Foundry's done an update. Some of the stuff isn't working properly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
Yeah.
some of the stuff isn't working because updates, people, and Foundry decided to take a shit on half the updates. So it's the... Great, the ping I've just set off there is
Yeah.
where the counting office is. So you make your way to the counting office. It's quite busy because obviously this is like the main. This is the main, like, in a sense, the main sort of bank of Baldur's Gate. So the bank, the accounting office has thick walls like a fortress. Has been, in a sense, made in this center of Baldur's Gate. It looks like it's been sitting there for centuries, and this is the primary location for bank and currency exchange. Upon entering, you notice that the counting office is heavily guarded. You see both private military force guarding the internals of the counting office, and some flaming fist mercenaries guarding the outsides in the street. Anyone of suspicious value you can see is getting taken, questioned, and that sort of stuff. So this is very fucking well guarded. You also notice that upon entering the county office, there looked to be 2 humanoid golems standing at either side of the door. You can see their eyes moving around, watching people coming and going, but they are not doing anything. You arrive at the county office, and you do get some funny looks as they see you kind of carting these chests of stuff, but no one really pays attention to you because they do see that you do have the kind of badge of the flaming fist and stuff, so no one pays attention. When you enter the count house, you notice that it's kind of like, do you know, like the old banking offices in the olden times with like you have like the counters and people behind it, that sort of style. Yeah. This is like the floor when you enter this is complete entire all the way around is like this, and then above
Gringotts Bank.
What, sorry?
Like Gringotts Bank.
Sort of, yeah. And then the upper floor, you notice that there's an upper floor balcony going all the way around, and you can see guards standing there, but you see more people up there, well dressed in suits, discussing what can only be financial stuff. Not too long after you enter the bank, you kind of get called over to one of the booths, and a young female gnome looks at you and goes, welcome. How can I help you today?
I guess we left the chest up to the counter, and
Yeah.
they'll say looking for exchange, please.
Yeah, so you only lift the chest up and you kind of put it down, and the thud of it hitting the countertop, you can see people turn around and look. She kind of gets up on. She's small. You see her like stand up on like her stool and lean over, and kind of adjust like these glasses that she's wearing and stuff. He's opened the chest. Out of curiosity, is it the one that holds the mixture or the one that's full of copper pieces?
Mixture?
The mixture. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you lift up the mixture one. She's like, "Oh yes, that's a lot. Ooh, yes. You better best to bring it over to this table over here." And she kind of like signals just one of the stewards to come over and help and stuff. And they point you over to a table, kind of in the corner. It is in a sense in the corner with booths either side of it, but it's like one way in, one way out, and it's kind of like you can see like there's a guards on standing there. You just go in easily and stuff, and you get the presence that the guard and them are there to protect your money and stuff. Anyone trying to steal it, that sort of thing. So it's kind of that sort of thing. So she gets up and just, fine thing. She kind of says, "Just place the chests here, and I will get them sorted to you for you stuff." And stuff. And so she takes the first. Do you put the first chest up, the next one up first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put the next one up first. She kind of gets it. She struggles to lift it, but her the steward and stuff kind of lift it up and tip it out onto this table. And between them, it takes them a good 5-10 minutes to sort this, and sorts it into the relevant piles. So she says, so that's 2,400 copper pieces and 500 silver pieces. How are you liking it converted?
Gold?
Yeah, gold.
Okay, so you want to convert into gold, you'll say. Yes. And she kind of gets this like tab, you know, the counters, the old time counters, they're like tab counters that she starts moving stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and Okay, and she's like sitting there doing some math, and she's
As the DM sits and does some maths.
yeah, the DM sits and does some math. Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
We're gonna have to buy you an abacus to make this more authentic.
Oh, fuck
Why
off.
500, I guess.
So she says the copper pieces we can convert into 10 gold pieces. No, so not 10, 20 gold pieces. And the 400 copper pieces, the best we could get would be, you kind of see her think.
Is that not silver?
No, so she's saying like the 2,000 of the 2,400 copper pieces can get turned into 20 gold pieces.
Okay.
Right. The 400 that are left
Okay.
is, and she's kind of looking, and she's kind of like, okay, well, the best way to do this. She kind of says they can either be turned into. Oh wait a minute, that conversion's wrong.
Uh-oh.
We're being robbed.
We're being robbed. That's
No,
Tax
it's
evasion.
tax evasion. Yes, it's not. It's the. Right, so she kind of says this is. She kind of looks and stuff, and she goes, "Oh, apologies, she forgot to move a 0." So she says that the 2,000 copper pieces can get translated into. I need to make sure I get this right. 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, because 1 copper, 10 copper make a silver, 50 copper make an emblem, 100 copper make gold, yeah, into 200 gold pieces. The 400, she asked, do you want them turned into gold, or do you wish them exchanged into something else? So she said that
gold.
she wants all gold. That's fine. So that would be another 4 gold pieces.
Okay.
So that's. It's going to be my math's going to be fucking wrong. So that's 204 gold. And then she says the 500 the silver pieces. It says, how would you like that converted?
Everything to gold.
Everything to gold.
Yeah.
So
Standard.
that would give you 50 gold pieces.
In total.
254
That's from that
gold.
one chest. That's 254 gold pieces on the first chest.
Okay.
She then says, do you wish the second chest to be converted in the same manner?
Yeah.
Yep, so they kind of sort that out. They make a wee note, and then they get the next chest, they tip it out. Go count, they count it all up, and after counting it, she says that's 450 copper pieces, gold pieces,
Okay.
Okay.
which gives you a grand total of 600,
No, 704.
704 gold pieces.
Okay.
She asked,
Well, I'm gonna keep all of that, of course.
she asks, how would you like this in multiple bags? Would you like this in one bag?
Well,
Because the
prefer
700, over 700 gold pieces, that's quite a lot.
This adventure stuff is, you know, we're a bit old now. We can
Right?
Let's retire.
Well, we
It says you can, if you wish, deposit some in our bank, so you don't have to carry it all if you wish. We can open an account for you, which would allow
Well-
you to store some. We can make it. We can make it. We can make it a group bank if you wish, like a sort of like a guild bank or a group bank that yourself and your party could access.
Yeah, let's
It's just
do that.
there's a lot of that. I mean, you kind of like there's a lot of money here, and you know, in Baldur's Gate, people will steal
Yeah.
fucking anything. And it says, if you
well, I
wish, we
think-
could
I
do
think
that.
We should deposit most of it and then maybe take, I don't know, about 50 gold each.
How much are
out.
those health potions again?
You tell me.
We should
They're like
probably
50 gold
restock.
each. They're like 50
They're like
gold
50
each,
gold
aren't
each. They're like 50 gold each.
Okay.
they?
Do you want to pull out enough to grab those?
704 split is 176 gold each.
Yeah.
That should be enough to carry around, surely.
Well, you can get it split into that if you wish. It's
Okay.
just
Yeah, we'll
you're
take it
going
in
to be
bags.
carrying 4 bags full of that.
Yeah.
Up to you.
I tell her
Well,
that.
I don't mind
bag.
depositing mine, at least my share, and then keeping it until we need it again. Because I don't really need to buy anything. I'm kind of, apart from obviously health potions.
704 gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, 176.
I mean,
gold.
if we buy enough, if we buy at least 4 potions, one for each of us, that's only 200 gold. And then
That still leaves you over 500 gold pieces.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
it'd be 200 gold for a potion each.
Yeah, it would be. It's 200. So, yeah. Which out of the 700 would leave you 504 gold pieces.
Which is why I said like we should keep the gold on us until we get there, because then we can divvy up, because we don't get to 200 on our own.
This is up to you. I can say right now, while you decide, we can jump to someone else while you think about what you want to do.
I mean, if we split up into 4, is everybody going to be able to carry it okay, or?
Yeah, no, you can carry that. They can carry that. Compared to carrying like over nearly just shy of 8,000 coins, you can carry that easily.
Okay, well, why don't we just do that then? Just split up into 4.
Great. So she kind of like nods and looks at her steward and says, split the gold into 4. And they come back about 5-10 minutes later with 4 bags of gold evenly split into the stuff, which is as on the 4, which is 176 gold each.
Yeah.
Into 4 bags. Upon doing that, she says, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
I say no, that'll be fine. But I want to check around and see if there's someone I can grab some cash off of on the way out.
You want to try and steal in a heavily guarded bank that has eyes everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to split up.
Oh.
Okay. Senric, give me a perception check.
Okay. Because right now I'm just looking. So.
Yeah, you need to give me a perception check. 13.
Jesus.
Looking around, you can see people that you could attempt to swipe from, but you also notice that there is eyes everywhere. If you were to try and do this, you'd think to yourself, you're not going to get out here. No, you know when you walked in, those 2 humanoid golems will probably take you down in a heartbeat. Plus all the private security walking about, you're going to get caught no matter what here. You can attempt to do this. You can see people that you can do it, but no one, in a sense, no one that you can see is an easy target.
They're a doable target.
There is doable targets, but they're not easy prey, is what I'm trying to say. You will, in a sense...
Get a really high roll, basically.
you would, in a sense, you'd have to got a nat 20 there to find someone, right? It's heavily... You're going to... You can do it, but no one is easy. So...
Bridget, who has the gold at the moment? Who's taking all the gold?
We have it.
Who's holding it right now?
You guys have it, but specifically who's holding it?
Well, I think we split it up into 4, so I mean, I have.
But we don't get it immediately.
We each have 2 bags, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you each have 2 bags. So, complete your transaction at the counting house and make your way back to the Elsong Tavern. Next, we shall move on to you, El Nano. So, there is many blacksmiths in Baldur's Gate. Let me just think which one is the closest for you, because there's quite a few. Do I have that? Do I have that? Bum bum bum. So you find a blacksmith. You find a blacksmith called Thunder Hammer Smithery, located.
Ping it for me, Daddy.
I will in 2 seconds. I need a location. Bum 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 bum.
Big Daddy DM.
I am finding it. I just need to find out where he belongs because there's like this list is so fucking big. It's ridiculous. I'm not even lying. This fucking list is massive. Okay. The blacksmith. I will fucking just pick it because it's not fucking telling me where it is.
Oh, it's the I found. One second. There's a weapon shop.
It's not a weapon shop. It's specifically a blacksmith you're looking for.
Would he be on the icon map?
No,
that you gave
it's
him?
not. Nope.
Oh, God damn it.
So the blacksmith is located in more of Brampton, the southeast of Baldur's Gate. More specifically, it's
Mastery.
no. That's actually a academy, located down here on the shore.
Okay.
So you make your way into the blacksmith. Typical blacksmith, in a sense, small building with a kind of outdoor part where you can see the furnaces, the bellows, anvils and stuff, and you can see what looks to be some young male humans currently working at the forges of the blacksmith and at the anvils. And you notice,
Excuse me,
obviously, the name is Thunder Hammer's Smithery.
I go up to the first blacksmith I see and I say, can you tell me, excuse me, sir, can you tell me whether these iron ingots are of any worth? Do they have any special properties or are they just better?
So the young male kind of looks at you, kind of startled to see you there, and he goes, oh, yes, he looks and says,
No,
you're
need
better.
to be scared.
It says you're better speaking to the head smith, and you kind of hear him like shout the guy's name, which, oh my god, I'm watching you in chat. Fucking idiots. You kind of hear him shout, oh my god. You kind of hear him shout, Tiamore. You kind of hear him shout, Tiamore. And he goes, what? He says, there's someone here to see you regarding some stuff. And this elderly male comes out, filthy, absolutely filthy from like soot and dirt and grime from working inside the blacksmithery. Sweat pouring down, and he sees you there, Elnonia goes, he says, how can I help you, my young fellow?
Well, you seem younger than me. I thought one of these were the masters. You were so young.
It says, it says you flatter me and stuff. It says, what can I do for you?
Could you tell me if any of these ingots are, like, any special properties about these ingots, or
So
are they just
he
regular
has a
iron
look.
ingots?
He takes the ingots and has a look at them. And you kind of see him examine it. He kind of says, they are sort of more decorative ingots than actual ingots themselves. There's some hints of various colours. I can see some grey, some white, some garnishy blue, shall I say. It says, I would say this is more of a decorative sort of ingots, usually made for maybe ceremonial stuff. It says,
Would you be interested in such ingots? Would you have any use for these?
It says we would have some use for them, yes. We could be able to make some ceremonial armor, that sort of thing. Maybe some cutlery. And maybe some other wee bits and pieces and stuff. But yes, we would have a use for them.
Name your price.
Oh, okay. And he says, how many do you have?
10, I believe.
Yep. So he kind of like lies them out and says, it says, let me have a look. So we need to make you kind of see him doing that stuff, and you kind of see him pull out this like sort of like tablet, which has like a bit like it's sort of like a bit of tablet or stuff with like a scroll on it, and you kind of see him looking at it. And he's like, and that can be used in, that could be used in, and you kind of see him like in his head what each of them could be used for. And it says, I could take all 10 of them from you. It says, he kind of looks, and it says, they're not 100% pure. There is a little bit of imperfections in it. It says, but I could take them for 9 gold pieces each.
I don't know about you, but I'd be willing to part with these ingots for about, say, 15 gold pieces each.
15, you say. It says that's expensive, and it kind of like says they're not 100% perfect.
They are decorative.
They are decorative, yes, I will give you that, but like you can see they're not purely one color. There are multiple colors. They're more. There would have to be a lot of work for us to get them to the state that would be nav. It says the best I could say is 10 gold pieces and stuff. It says that in order for us to get them to the purity that is required, we have to obviously. It says we have to make a profit. And it says 10 gold pieces is my limit because this is a good couple of days of work just to get them to a purity that is able to be used for the decorative stuff.
What did you say to 11 gold pieces?
Give
One
me a
extra gold piece.
Give me a
persuasion.
Give me a persuasion. It says no. It says, my friend, it says 10 gold pieces, final offer, or you could see if you could find another blacksmith in Baldur's Gate that would want these instead. But most of them will probably try to take it for a lot less.
Fine.
He kind of raises his
10 gold
hand,
pieces it is.
shakes your hand, 10 gold pieces each, so it gives you 100 gold.
Oh.
And he says, pleasure doing business with you, my friend. And you kind of see him like click his fingers and like points to one of the apprentice blacksmiths and tells them to
You'd
take
rather
in.
hard bargain, friend.
It says, yeah, I will do. It says, if there's anything else you needed, just come and see us. Whether that be weapons, custom weapons made, that sort of thing, just come and see us and stuff. And you kind of see him signaling to the apprentice to take the ingots into the back and begin getting them prepared to be entered into the forge to be purified.
I am going to quickly run back to the Elf Song Tavern.
Okay, so you're headed back to Tavern. Craven, your turn. So you leave the Elsong Tavern about 5-10 minutes before everyone else and begin to make your way back to Balast Gate, the last place you saw the captain. With your disguise, no one really pays attention to you. You do see some members of the Flaming Fist walk past you, kind of giving you a look, but ignoring you in your kind of disguise. You arrive at Balast Gate. There is a crowd, quite a large crowd of people trying to exit Baldur's Gate, and you do see the Flaming Fist preventing them from leaving. You also do see some people starting to have a brawl, in a sense, fight and stuff, and you do see the captain standing outside of his tent, shouting orders to the members of the Flaming Fist, and in a sense shouting at the crowd to back off or there will be consequences, sort of thing. In other words, trying to tell them like to stop what they're doing.
Okay. I'm going to slowly, as to not sort of act like I'm being aggressive, start walking towards the captain.
Okay. Sure. So you can navigate in a sense through the crowd easily towards the captain. Okay. How close are you getting? How close are you getting to the... In a sense, as you make your way through the crowd, you can start seeing the captain more and more and more. How close are you getting to him right now?
I'm gonna try and get as close as I can. Although as I get closer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start just kind of acting like one of the crowd in the sense of like yelling that I need to like, I want to speak, like basically I want to speak to your manager style of
Okay.
I want to speak to the captain.
Okay, give me a performance here, because you're trying to perform in a sense that
I
you
want
are
to speak to the captain of the
Yeah.
fucking fist, you know.
sort of thing.
Performance.
Yes. 19. You quite easily kind of like perform, in a sense, put on a show of sorts to try and blend in, but also, in a sense, try to get the captain's attention, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which the captain does look at you for a few seconds. What do you do?
I am going to very, very quickly, while I can see he's looking at me,
Mm-hmm.
flash the deputy badge before hiding it again.
Okay. The captain looks at you a minute and kind of gives you a nod to make your way, in a sense, towards a bit of the tents. So in a sense, you've got his tent and a few other tents there. To, in a sense, make your way to there.
Hmm.
Do you go?
I'm going to follow.
Okay, you make your way there. The crowd kind of goes all the way to the tent, and there is like the tents, and there is like a gap in between the tents. The captain is kind of standing, not looking at the tents, but kind of like nods for you to go in the gap in between them, in a sense that you are hidden, but not hidden, if that makes sense. So you're hidden from the crowd, but the captain, in a sense, can have a conversation with you if need be. So he kind of does that and nods, and you make your way into the gap.
Yep.
The captain, knowing the Barons, says, "Who are you?" And he's kind of like not looking. He's kind of got his back to you as he's kind of, in a sense, shouting orders to everyone.
Still putting on a bit of a voice. I'm gonna be like, "Forgotten me already?"
He says, I see many people come and go from here, but not many people have that badge. It says only members of the Flaming Fist would have one, so you're one of mine. So I suggest you tell me who you are, or if you have stolen from someone, there will be consequences. It says stealing from a member of the Flaming Fist is a capital offense, punishable by a severe crime, shall I say.
Would I really be getting the attention of the captain if I had stolen such a thing?
It says people in Baldur's Gate will try anything these days to try and get out. Pickpocket a member of the Flaming Fist to get his badge so he can leave the town.
Well, I don't plan on leaving.
Ah, so you plan on staying, so you must be one of the people who work for me. It says,
Yeah.
guessing from the fact that I've probably never seen you before, you're not one of the actual members of the Flaming Fist. I would say that you're more of one of the mercenaries that we've hired. It says, guessing from the people that I've seen recently and the few that I know are currently doing something, there's only a possibility of 4 people that you could be. Maybe 5, actually, that you could be that are working for me. Just I'm going to guess that you're one of the lot that I've sent to deal with some nuisances within Baldur's Gate, shall we say.
Yeah, well, turns out there might be more than just a nuisance, Captain.
Oh, this is really...
Ears
says-
everywhere.
Oh, well, that's... Can you hear ears everywhere? The captain kind of stops and kind of thinks, says, It says, is it safe to talk here, my friend, or do we have to go somewhere more discreet?
For now, I believe it's best I merely give you a gift.
You kind of see him, he kind of, as you're like saying that, you kind of hear him saying, in a sense, to the people with the flaming fist. He says, "Oh, deal with that fucking fight before it gets any further," and pointing his hand out. But as he does, he brings his other hand behind him and opens it as if waiting for you to put something in his hand.
I'm gonna rip out one of my teeth harmlessly.
Yep.
I'm gonna place it in his hand, and I'm gonna say, "Keep it on your person, no matter what."
He kind of like, he says, "You there?" He says, "I'll do that," and stuff, and kind of a way that I'll do that in a minute, in a way that it kind of says, "I will keep this on me." And he kind of says, after handing that, you kind of see him walk away, sort of thing, as if to go and deal with something, allowing you, in a sense, to sneak away.
Yep. And I'm gonna walk off and start circling back towards the tavern.
Yep.
While I do so,
Mhm.
in short messages of 25 words at a time, as I walk,
Yep.
I am going to update the captain on what has happened.
Okay. Out of curiosity, this is all in the head, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's one way.
One way. Okay. So you begin relaying this information to the captain. You relay him that the cult of the dead, the cult of the dead free were located in the Smelling Nymph bathhouse, that you went in there to, in a sense, deal with them. Upon doing so, that you found out that the Valmur family were running the bathhouse. More specifically, Murloc was running it on behalf of his mother, who is one of the Council of Four. You also relate to him that she was the one that was funding the Dead Free, and you said that she was trying to cause the same fate of Elturel and that sort of stuff. You also tell him the location of the mother and of the two brothers. And do you tell the captain to come and meet you, or do you tell the captain what you're going to do next?
I'm probably going to sort of just say that, like, we plan on going after them next. However, we should probably have a face-to-face talk first.
Okay. You relay that back to him. Obviously, you don't get a reply because it's one way.
Yeah.
You make your way, and you've in a sense relayed, by the time you get back to the elf song, all the information that you have learned, that in a sense that the Cult of the Dead Free have been mostly, from what you can assume, eliminated from the Smiling Nymph. You have told them the people behind it. You have informed them that one of the Council of the Four Council of Four is in a sense causing this. You've also informed him that her son, or one of them, is using imps to spy on people around Baldur's Gate, so you know it's not safe to communicate without some precautions. And you've also relayed that you and the party will be at the Elfsong Tavern, and that you are deciding whether to go to the villa to confront the mother, or to go to the low lantern to deal with the brother who deals his laundering business out there. You also tell him, obviously, the other brother is with the mother at the villa and stuff. So,
and also, one of their goals is to sabotage the Flaming Fist so they can get away with their plans.
That's fine. You relay all this to him, to the point that he is up to date as you are. Okay, so you get back to the Elfsong Tavern. When you get back to the Elfsong Tavern, you get back there first, in a sense, compared to everyone else, because you, in a sense, went. It took you about 10 minutes to get, about 5-10 minutes to get there. The conversation was a couple of minutes, and then you've made your way back. The next person that you get back after you arriving is El Nano. El Nano, you arrive back and see Craven in the tavern waiting for yous and stuff. You enter back in, and then about half an hour later, Senric and Bridget yous enter the tavern with your bags of gold.
How much was in each gold bag again?
178 gold pieces.
76.
178.
76.
176.
176, yes. My apologies.
Oh, I thought it was 276.
No.
No,
No.
you're right. It's 176. Never mind.
Plus whatever if El Nino splits it with
25.
you.
Yeah.
Plus
25
25 each.
How to
Gold each.
add currency.
In
Equipment.
total, you should get 201 gold.
201 gold. Perfect. So yous
Okay.
are back at the Elsong Tavern. It's about after dealing with all this, it's becoming lunchtime within Baldur's Gate because you kind of left at 8. The time you sat and planned all your stuff out, decided what you were going to do, and then splitting up. That took you a couple of hours to plan out what you were going to do, in a sense, and that sort of stuff, and to not get caught, if that makes sense. It took you a couple hours, so it's about lunchtime. It's coming up to about noon. What are you going to do?
I want to go out and grab some more health potions, so at least we have them on hand just in case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so
Can I just ask?
Yes.
See, the inn
yes,
we're staying in, that's all paid up, right? Like,
yeah.
was it any paying
So
for that every day?
no,
or-
so El Nino, you would know that you have an arrangement with the owner that
Yeah.
you and your party can stay, but at night when you're there, he kind of expects you to put on a performance. By that, just to
Yeah.
play your instruments and keep the people that in the tavern happy and enjoying the sounds of your music. So in a sense, it's paid for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
I have a curfew.
yeah, the curfew, yes, but it's fine. He knows that obviously you're working with the Flaming Fist, so that he knows that
Yeah.
they'll cover your stay as well if need be. So it's about noon. What are you going to do?
Let's go shopping.
I need
Yeah.
a cloak as well, so
Okay, so I need to know where you are wanting to go shopping, or what you are going shopping for. Right. So potion shop.
I would like to go to a tailor, maybe. and get a
Tailor?
Cloak. A big garish dragonborn is quite obvious to see.
Okay,
just with him
so
flying around.
a potion shop, a tailor shop, specifically one that sells cloaks. Anyone else you wish to go?
Um,
The weapons in the weapon shop were a bit.
They were basic. They were kind of standardized
Basic.
weapons.
So, is there like an enchanter anywhere that could maybe?
An enchanter.
Ooh.
I would actually,
Good
once I
idea.
bought the cloak, I would like to go to an enchanter as well and see.
Let me have a look and see if there's an enchanter. Knuckles, where do you want to go?
I was gonna say, like, on the same vein as an enchanter, do we know anywhere that may sell like high-end weapons?
Yeah.
High-end weapons.
Yeah.
Possibly magical items.
Enchanted weapons.
You could have one made. You can go to the blacksmith and have one made, maybe.
So yeah, El Nino tells you that you can have weapons customly made at the blacksmith. As for enchanted places, as I go through the list.
So if I go to a blacksmith, can I get short swords that deal more damage than my current ones?
No, you might be able to get one with a plus effect, but honestly, in order to get stuff that's better than what you've got, you would require a magical sword or one that's enchanted.
Okay. So I want to go wherever I can get that.
Okay.
Actually, I want to get the potions first. I'm going to grab
Okay.
the potions for everyone.
In a sense, I'm going to assume that you are all going together as one.
Oh. Okay.
Um,
It's an N.
Is there anywhere that would do like? Cause I'm assuming I have just like basic arrows right now. Is there anywhere that would do like? I don't know, like fire arrows or
explosive arrows.
yeah, like
Okay.
something.
Alchemist.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That would be more of an
Good idea.
alchemist, or the custom-made stuff you would require.
So what do alchemists? Is alchemist like a class in?
Yeah,
D&D?
alchemy. It's called alchemist. But you get
Well,
What do
alchemy.
they do?
Make
You can have alchemy
potions,
tools.
explosions, stuff. They specialize in
Ooh.
making like potions. Right. So, an enchanted place in Baldur's Gate will be hard to find.
Okay.
They may not exist.
Wonderful.
You
Oh.
will.
There's no
Can we get
wizards.
health potions from an alchemist?